recommendation that we hire T-Don Boshears as the Environmental Services Director, and I will entertain a motion to do just that.
I so move.
J.L. Davis makes the motion.
I'll second.
Melvin Boshears seconded the motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
if for some reason Mr. Boshears does not get the votes, I would like to recommend someone for that position too.
Well, we can take that up later on. Actually, it's my call.
I understand.
Talk about it. Okay, any other question?
Is he in the audience?
He is.
Could he stand up? I don't know him. Still don't, but I want to see who he was.
Okay. And his, the salary is the base salary, which is around 42,000, is that right, Jeff?
Yes, sir. Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Is there any qualification for this position? Or is it just your recommendation?
It's my recommendation.
Period.
Yes.
No qualification needed.
Okay, ready to vote?
Mr. Mayor,
Marie?
I know that you know that this vote bothers me, not because of food, but I just want to make it clear, whichever way I vote, I'm not really voting for or against the person you're recommending. All we can do is vote to confirm your recommendation. And I feel like it's unfair. Tommy brought up a motion a few months ago, or last month, I guess, about it would take a vote to fire that person that failed. But it seems a bit unfair that we have to vote to confirm someone that could be fired single-handedly. I understand the mechanics of how that could be an issue, but when I ran for office, I told the people I would make the most educated, best decisions that I could for the people of the county. And without the information, like Terry mentioned, the qualifications of T-Don or anybody else that applied, I don't feel like I'm making a very educated decision, but I'm only voting to confirm or, I guess, disaffirm what you're saying. So I just wanted to make it clear that I'm not voting for or against the person. I'm voting for or against, I guess, the mayor's recommendation. So.
Okay. Call the roll, Madam Clerk.
Atkins,
Pass.
Ayers,
No.
Baird,
No.
Boshears,
Yes.
Bruce,
No.
Davis,
Yes.
Evans,
Yes.
Hall,
No.
Hatmaker,
No.
Nance,
Pass.
Oric,
Yes.
Rutherford,
No.
Singley,
No.
Walden,
No.
White,
No.
The folks that passed, do y'all want to vote?
No.
David?
It's failed. I would like to say something, though. I agree with Marie. I think the process is not right. And I know it's the process, but I still disagree.
I don't understand why it's, can I speak?
Bob Walden?
I don't understand why that's the process, why we get sprung on, you know, it was asked at the workshop. Is it, I mean, is there some law, regulation, rule, guideline, et cetera, that would not allow us to see beforehand and kind of make an educated decision before someone's brought before us?
Mr. Chairman?
I think you were asking,
Right.
not answered.
Right.
Before we discuss this, shouldn't we have the results of the vote?
No, it's, 4 yes,
Nine,
9 no, 2 pass. Appointment failed.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I'd ask Joe to follow up on Bob's question there. State statutes reads that that is the process, but does it not go a step further and say that we can be invited to be part of that process, therefore be privy to that information?
Here's what it actually says. It's 5-6-107C, Tennessee Code Annotated. Except as otherwise provided by general law or special or private act, the county mayor shall appoint members of county boards and commissions and county department heads. Such appointees shall be subject to confirmation by the county legislative body, and in so doing, the legislative body may express its views fully and freely and shall vote for or against confirmation. The legislative body shall not seek or interview such prospective employees prior to their appointment by the county mayor. Such appointment and confirmation are not applicable to employees appointed by other county elected officials. Now, this doesn't mean that you can't ask for information or it just says that the statutory method for doing this is what it says. It doesn't mean that it can't be done some other way if that's what you're asking, but it's saying that the power of appointment for those that are not otherwise provided for by law would be with the county mayor, subject to confirmation of this body. And if you're not, it's, I guess, another way of answering the question is, if you're not satisfied that you know enough about the person to where you feel like you either should or shouldn't vote to confirm, then you did what you did. Say, I don't know enough about that person. I'm not speaking in this instance because I'm just speaking in general terms here, that if you don't feel comfortable with the person that's being nominated, then or if you don't feel like you know enough about the process, then you can just say, no, I pass or I vote no.
Could that be changed to a private act? Or amended?
Well, in my opinion, the answer would be no, because it would be a change in the general law. It would be a change that would be one of the statutory powers that a county mayor has. But, you know, we could ask for an opinion about that from the Legislative Drafting Service or from CTAS and see what they have to say about it. But since this is a statute of general law, I would think it probably would not be accomplished by a private act.
Marie, then JL.
Let me make sure I'm understanding. The way I read the same code section you just read, that's the statutory way. But if the mayor agreed, then we could be privy to the resumes that were submitted, whatever he could agree to.
There's not anything here that would prohibit that.
Right. Or maybe even in the environmental committee could be involved in, not to say so, but just to hear who's applying. And because like I said before, if you've got 5 people applying for a job and you're only seeing the front one at the door, how do I know number 1 is better than 3 or 4 or 5? I just don't feel like I was put here to make a blind decision. So, that's all.
Okay, JL.
Mr. Copeland, do you have any knowledge how long this law has been in effect?
Well, the first date that's shown on my code section here is 1978. And it evidently was amended in 79, and then again in 85, and then again in 2003. I don't know which parts were amended. I don't have that here with me. But that's been the general law since before I can remember.
30 or 40 years.
Yes.
Okay, we'll go on to the